Hi crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we're going to do something fun. We are going to turn a table runner into a set of 4 placemats. I'm going to do kind of a not Easter color. We're going to use gray, but we're going to use nature and flowers and a rabbit to sort of set the stage for Easter. Anyways, it should be fun as you are hopping on. Say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to sprinkle all that good stuff. Okay, let me start at the beginning. We are using this. This is an awesome table runner that you can get from MagnoliaDIY.com. It is, I can't even reach top to bottom, it's 72 inches long. And it's 12 inches wide. And we're basically going to, I've already done it, but I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces. So this is sort of, there was a little bit of math here, but I don't think you even necessarily need to do math. I divided 72 by 4, which is 18. But then you have to fold the ends under just a little bit, which I'll show you. So it comes to like just a smidge over 17 inches. Each one of these that I'm making are going to be just over 17 inches by 12. But I did also want to suggest that you could also make super nice placemats using the garden flags. They're the perfect size. They come 2 in a pack, so if you wanted 4 really nice placemats, and you could do both sides, they could be reversible, then you would need 2 packages of garden flags. Okay, so I chopped my table runner into pieces, and this is what they look like. This is one end, okay, it has a seam. And then I used my iron to kind of press down the other edge, and we will hem it using hot glue. I'm going to use this Surebonder hot glue that is for fabric, just in case I want to wash these in the washing machine. So they could be washed. And we're using permanent ink also. This one, is also an end piece. I have 2 that are centers right here, and so they have the edge folded in on both sides and ironed down, and we're going to glue those down, and then we're going to decorate. But let me show you what I have done so far. Look how cute that is. Okay, this is the bunny with basket or something like that. I can get a link. I'll drop it in the comments when I'm all done. And it's a mix of 2 colors of ink from MagnoliaDIY.com. This one is called Gray Owl, and this is just white. And I just wanted my ink to be just a little bit lighter. So I stenciled this last night. I will heat set it this afternoon. And then I used some hot glue, that fabric hot glue, to glue these pieces of grosgrain ribbon from Dollar Tree. It's gray, onto the edges. That's it. And it's going to be so cute. So we're going to do something different with the other one. So I'll have 2 that are the same, 2 bunnies and 2 birds. All right. So let's get busy. I see people hopping on. Thank you for joining me. I think this is fun. I am going to request Magnolia to please carry placemats and in this ivory color. And gosh, it would be nice if they also had a set of 4 napkins, because they have pillow covers, they have pillow wraps, they have garden flags, they have a table runner, they have tea towels, and I just think if they added some placemats and some napkins that you can personalize using the stencils from Magnolia and some ink, it would be fabulous. But until they hopefully do, I made do with what I had, which is I converted a table runner into this project. Okay, so this is the bunny stencil. Isn't it cute? I used it earlier this week on a brown craft paper covered book and gave this bunny a little pink bow, and it was adorable. So we'll be using that, but we're going to finish this one first. This is what a well-loved stencil looks like. I have used this thing at least 10 times. It says bless our nest, and it has this awesome bird. And then on the other side of this wreath, it has, I think that's an artichoke, some peonies, I don't know for sure what the flowers are. And then it says bless our nest. So I've used different bits and pieces of it. And before I came live, I did one side. I did the bird at the top. Let's put these aside so I don't get any ink on them. We're gonna do this floral bit right here. And then we will glue some of that, oh, grosgrain ribbon on it. Did I glue my, oh yeah, I already glued my edges down, so I'm good to go. Now I just gotta figure out where to place this, and I do want it to be kind of straight. Okay, that's reasonable. And I'm just gonna go this far. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is mix up a little bit more of this ink. What I love about this idea is that it says, to me it says spring, it also says Easter, you know, with the bunny and the birds and the flowers, but it really could be used all the way through summer. So it could be used all spring and all the way, in my opinion, into summer. So it's not like pastel, baby pink, that is pretty limited to Easter. But you certainly could do this whole project that way if you wanted. Okay, let me get some of this gray owl. And in case you're wondering, because I get this question a lot, what is the difference between chalk paste and ink? Ink is for fabric. It becomes permanent when it is heat set with a hot iron. So what you make could be washable. It can get wet and everything. Chalk paste is not permanent. Chalk paste doesn't work for this kind of a project because it's going to get smeary and get all over everything the first time it gets a little bit wet, or it needs to be washed. So hopefully that is as clear as mud. And I'm not fancy here. I'm mixing up my concoction on the paper plate that I've already used. And I'm just lightening ever so slightly this gray, which I didn't need to do that. But now that I did, I want them all to match. Yeah, all to have the same kind of color of gray. Okay, and I'm going to use a smaller squeegee because I don't want to mess this up. And I need to remember where I'm going to. So I'm going to just put this little stir stick right there. Oh, I'm losing part of my glasses. There we go. Okay, do I want to go all the way? I think I'm just going to start with this flower. Just do these two. I can always come back and do that top flower if I change my mind. Okay, so what you need to know about inking is that it is exactly the same as stenciling with chalk paste. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's not more difficult. It's not. It's the same thing. You want to get your medium on. Get it pushed through the holes and get good coverage, and then you need to stop and that's the trick. But that's the same trick as for using chalk paste. Because if you keep going over and over and over, then a lot of times you end up accidentally pushing too much medium through the holes in your stencil, or going outside of the lines or whatnot, and that is a bummer when that happens. Okay, let me take a little peek and see if I like it like this or if I needed this top flower. No, I think it's perfect. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this in my tub of water over here until I can get out to the kitchen to wash it and to lay it on the counter to dry. All right, so let me show you. Turned out great. So my plate will be right here. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? And I think it will look lovely next to the bunny, next to this one. Which, when it is a little bit more dry, I will glue micro grain ribbon on the sides. So it kind of all coordinates. All right, I'm going to throw this over here so I don't mess it up while it's drying. And let's do another one. Let's do one that I need to glue. Okay, this is an end piece, so it has one seam already. And I am just using my fabric glue. Is it hot? No, I've accidentally turned my extension cord off. Oops. It won't take long to get heat up. And anyways, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue this down. I just did one simple fold that I ironed to make it look neat. And by the way, all of these awesome fabric pieces that you can get from MagnoliaDIY.com, they come packaged in plastic, and just so that they, I don't know, don't get dirty or messed up in transit or when they're in the warehouse, but they definitely need to be ironed. Because they're going to show up super wrinkly. They just are. Okay, so just waiting for that to heat up for a second. And we'll do this edge. And then I have one more, which I will do off camera with that bird, Bless Our Nest stencil. So we're going to do this bunny again. And I'm trying to decide, maybe you guys can help me. I'm thinking I want to do it slightly different than this one. What do you guys think? Should it be the same or should it be different? Tell me what your thoughts are. Nope, it's not hot yet. Let me take one of the garden flags out so I can show you. These are super nice. They come a package of 2. The only thing that would be different about these, there's no rider or front or back, so you could do both sides. The only thing that would be different about these is that they have a larger seam on one side so that you can put it on one of those garden flag holder things. But I would just doll up this side with a pretty piece of ribbon and make it look like it was on purpose. And this ends up being very similar in size to the ones that we made out of the table runner. It's a little bit, I think it's 13 instead of 12 inches tall. But this is a good option too. And these are so nice. And I love the fact that they're already made and you could do both sides. So you could do one side one way and the other side another way. Okay, let's see if I'm hot at all. I am using my Surebonder cool shot. And like I said just a minute or two ago, I am using fabric glue. Tracy says she's sitting on her porch with her coffee. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I guess that means that the weather is decent where you are. It's I'm in Georgia, and it's warm, but it's kind of overcast here. Okay, so it doesn't look super fabulous, but nobody's looking at the back of this. All right, and let's go ahead and do the grosgrain ribbon on the edges while I'm here, and then we can do the stencil. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so this grosgrain ribbon came from Dollar Tree. It's a pretty gray. You know what, let me just go off on a tangent for a moment. I was looking, I always feel insecure. Is gray spelled G-R-E-Y or G-R-A-Y? And what I found out today is that both are just fine. However, G-R-A-Y is more of an Americanized spelling of the color gray, and G-R-E-Y is more of a British or Australian spelling of the color. Isn't that interesting? I'm like, okay, well, I guess, you know, I was right. Whichever way I spelt it, it was fine. Because both are accurate. Okay, so I'm just going to run, not even a huge strip of my hot glue. And this could be so cute in pastel colors. I just chose to do it super neutral. But you're not limited by my color choices on anything. I've already got hot glue all over my fingers, which is the reason why you definitely want to use a low temperature hot gluing device. Okay, let's do the other side. See? And it kind of makes it so that you don't notice that there's anything different from one side to the other, which is exactly what I was going for. And I'm doing mine just a smidge off the edge. So it basically covers the seam here. One's awful short. Maybe not this one. Okay, and that is it for preparing our napkin. So, just to summarize, the whole thing, if you purchase it from MagnoliaDIY.com, is 72 inches long. You need to divide it by 4, which is 18. And then you need to cut what you just want each one of them, once they're hemmed on one side or both if it's a centerpiece, to be a little bit over 17 inches wide. So you have to play around with that a little bit, but it's not hard. I'm not a math person, and I was able to figure it out. Okay, so did we decide, should we do this exactly the same, or what do we think? I think I'll do it the same, basically. Okay. I have used this stencil a bunch too. Okay, let me see, where does this go up to on my bunny? colors. Okay, I think that'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to get a bigger squeegee so I can show you this. And hopefully we have enough ink mixed up here to do the whole thing, hopefully. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh goodness. Excuse me. Ooh. I'm so sorry. It's not fun to listen to. I'm not sick. I'm finally over the flu that I had earlier this year. So you can kind of see that I'm not very organized in how I'm applying my ink, but once I get it on and scrape the clumps and glumps off, then I move on to another area. Because you don't want to keep going over and over and over the same area. Otherwise you may push too much of your ink through the holes in your stencil. Oh goodness, we're going to be close. Alright, I think that I got it. Oh, sorry. Now I have a tickle. And my eyes are watering. And it's absolutely adorable. It couldn't be any cuter. Okay, this is going in my tab also. Until I can get out to the kitchen. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get off because I feel like I'm going to keep coughing. Anyway, so this was one. This was the first one. And here's this one. I might possibly come back and put that Bless Our Nest in the center. I don't know. And I will put the ribbon on the sides. So that is my placemat project. If you have questions, just ask. Let me know that you were here. Feel free to sprinkle, do a this or a this. Let me know if you would like the links so that you can just do one click and go look at these designs or anything else. Alrighty, have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for being here with me.